Chances are you're a coach with a solid foundation, but you're struggling to consistently get results and you're not sure how to scale to the next level. You've probably tested different ads, driven plenty of traffic to your website, and tried what feels like everything. But no matter what you do, it's just not clicking. You're asking yourself, what now? That's why I'm exactly making this video, because I'm going to break down the journey of one of our clients, how they went from $0 to $10,000 every single month. And the best part is this process works across any niche and for any type of coach. So let's dive into it. So without further ado, now I'm going to go over how we help the client hit $10,000 in revenue under 3 months. I am so excited to show you all the steps and what we did and all the methods. We started completely from scratch and built a clear brand presence on social media. We achieved all this without going viral, having millions of followers, jumping on trends, or sending cold messages. In this video, I'll walk you through all the methods we used to reach that point. So you probably clicked on this video because you want to scale your business. You're dedicated and great at helping others learn, and you want to make a real impact in the world. You're looking to build a sustainable online business, and you've got the right intentions and dedication, but the results aren't aligning with your vision. And this is probably where you're at right now. You don't have a clear path to make your business sustainable. Despite putting in hours of work on content, you're not seeing it convert into paying clients. While you've landed a few clients, attracting more constantly feels unpredictable. The structure I'm about to explain doesn't apply to all situations, given different offers and circumstances, that is. But it provides a solid framework for high and mid-ticket offer. So let's dive into it. So I'm happy to introduce you to Hannah. This is how her profile looks today. 7,515 followers in under 3 months, having a clear biography displaying what she can help people with, how she do it, and the roadmap to getting in contact with her. Displaying a nice photo of Hannah, really showing that you're welcome to her profile and that she's happy to share value with all of her followers. However, it wasn't always like this. Now this is Hannah before she met us. What you can see here is that she has a magnificently lower follower base and is in the startup. But when she came to us, she didn't have a clear path for converting viewers into clients. She didn't have a solid foundation on social media, as you can see in the picture, but she had a great offer to help people across the country. So, what do we exactly do? Here is exactly the 7-step process that we implemented in Hannah's business to make her go from the beginning photo to the end photo. What you see here is 7 steps correctly displayed in the right order of which you have to implement each and every step. So she had an amazing offer that prior to coming to us had a lot of great reviews prior to starting online, but as a professional in her own job. Then after that, we simply had to align that offer with all the other steps in this process, as you can see on the picture, by simply implementing the offer message into the branding, getting traffic using that message, and nurturing all the leads and followers that are coming into the profile, converting them into paying clients, and closing on sales and deliver a great service. However, what you got to realize is that you can't just implement any of these steps in any sort of order. It has to start from the top going down. So this is the funnel that we used for Hannah, and I know it seems like a lot, and I'm going to break it down. So the steps that we took is that we generated traffic, nurtured, and then converted. We ran an ad with predictable traffic to her Instagram to get them to visit her Instagram. Then after that, by using carousel posts, professional head talks, and stories to help engage and get to know what she actually does. Then into the nurturing process, we used post comments or DMs with keywords to then start a conversation and get into actually talking to the leads that were coming through on our profile. We also then used a optimized bio call to action. We sent out messages and found qualified leads using an appointment setter, either taking it through to the landing page, a mailing list, and then to qualified leads, and then over to qualifying leads in the DM, or by sending out messages right into the DMs and then qualifying it from there. We then booked meetings with the qualified leads that we've done through the appointment setting, had sales calls, and then qualified the leads after the call to know what offer that we could provide them, which at the time it was only one, which was that one-on-one coaching offer. We focused on a solid delivery of that offer, getting client results and reviews, and then actually in the end add on additional offers to a mid-ticket offer, which was a group coaching offer. And now I know that this seems like a lot, and there's a bunch of bulks that is explained short and briefly about how the clients or how Hannah's funnel is working, but I'm going to go further in depth, don't worry. And as you remembered from the 7-step process that I used, the first ones was offer and audience. Now breaking down the first and most important step, the offer and audience. Now, as I've said before, she started out with 0 followers, but had an incredible offer for a large audience. There was very little competition in the Norwegian sector. If you haven't caught on to that yet, yes, she is a Norwegian coach, and there was a huge demand from the public. There was a long waiting list and insufficient help available in person, and that's why she wanted to go online. We stepped in and developed a solution to these issues and connected with audience that needed it the most. However, if you don't fully understand your audience's problems, as we did in this situation, you need to make sure to research them. This is a crucial step to building out an offer that really supports and finds a solution for the people that you're trying to help. Then after we really have created that offer that is going to help solve so many problems here online, after we built out this very good offer with Hannah online, we can then build a brand and message that turns viewers into paying customers using this message aligning with her offer. After setting up this crucial step, which is the offer in this process, we can then build a brand and message that turns viewers into paying customers. So after building out the most important step, which is the offer, we can go over to optimizing the brand and the message for Hannah. We have a great offer and a scalable offer, but we need a clear message to sell it, which is exactly what we worked on with Hannah. We created 10 organic videos with a clear message about who she helps and the problem that she can solve for them. We posted target stories on her profile and optimized the entire ecosystem so everything was connected. Then, when all of this was set up, we ran a profile view ad to her optimized Instagram profile. However, an important note that I would just want to leave before moving on to this is that this will only work, and this only worked with Hannah just because we followed steps number 1 and 2, really focusing on aligning those two to then connect it on to the further steps that I'm going to go through and also show how we ran the profile view ad. However, an important note, running the profile view ad will only work if you follow steps number 1 and 2 by really creating a great offer and optimizing your profile, aligning your message with the offer that you have created. Then breaking down the profile view ad. Instead of targeting all traffic to a landing page or a website, we targeted traffic to her profile to help people get to know her and understand how she could help them. The breakdown of how we structured the profile view ad is displayed here, and I'm going to go through it. In the beginning of the video, You point out your audience and their dream situation along with their biggest pain point, which in her situation would be people that are sitting in line and waiting a long time to get to solve their problems. Then you go on to describe their current situation and what's preventing them from reaching their dream scenario, or what is causing their biggest pain point. In Hannah's situation, the lead's biggest problem was that they had pain in their body that couldn't be solved for a long amount of time because they would have to wait for 7 to 8 months to really get the help in person. Then we moved on to have the first call to action, which was to follow her profile to get to know more about how she could help them and also get in contact with her. Moving on from that, we showed a result that positioned her as the authority, displaying a client result, which she had plenty of. Then we moved on after displaying the authority to the second call to action, which was to follow her profile to really get people into the optimized profile. And then we can move on to the next steps, was offer an audience. Then after running the profile view ad and then them coming to your profile, we used Instagram as our landing page in Hannah's scenario. We had a clear call to action in her bio, really stating what she does and what problems she can solve. A very clear message in her videos about who she could help and how she can help them. And content that people enjoy watching while learning something new. This really displays that she's a professional and a high value person, which will then create a very optimized profile. And this is where the meeting booking process comes in. We send all the new followers a message, and then the sale would either happen straight in the DMs or go through the conversion phase of DM, getting on a sales call, and then getting a new client. So here is a simple breakdown of what I just explained earlier. In her situation, we ran an ad to an optimized Instagram profile with a good ecosystem combined with a crystal clear message using high value reels and posts, a clear bio with a call to action and stories that are engaging with her new followers, which then will gain her trust. However, in this situation, we really focused on optimizing her Instagram profile and having to build out a good ecosystem structure with a clear message before even running the ad. We created 10 videos before we even ran the ad because her profile wasn't ready before we even ran the ad. Because you can't just run an ad to a profile that isn't optimized with them not knowing what you can solve and how you can help them, because then you're just getting traffic, but it isn't going to solve you anything because you're not going to nurture them with your content and them really gaining your trust, which is the most important thing in the market today, because there's so many people and coaches and everybody saying that they can solve any problem and a lot of gurus, but having this in place and really having an optimized profile is crucial because the individual's clients' journeys are different and people are in different stages of that journey. And that is something that I want to go on to next, break down the journey of the individual's clients that we had in our situation and just in general to make you understand why we did it like this. So here is the simple breakdown of what an individual's client's journey looks like. It always goes from being problem unaware to committing to a sale, and it's no other psychology behind it, but every single client is not in the solution aware situation straight ready to buy. I want to use an example with a person that is having an issue with a scratch and then having to go to the doctor. So breaking that situation down to make you understand how a client's individual journey works is that they might have to start to have a little scratch on their arm. Nothing serious, and they're problem unaware because they have exactly what they need and it isn't causing them any issues. They go to bed and they wake up the next day and then they start to feel painful, like pain, and starting to scratch and itch a lot more than what they did before they went to bed. They know there is something that they need to fix. And then after a couple hours, it starts to scratch a lot more and being a lot more painful, and then they become problem aware. They realize that this is something that needs to be fixed, but how do I fix it? In most cases in this scenario, they would go to the doctor, and then they are solution aware about what to do with their problem. They know there is a solution, and going to the doctor would solve their problem in this issue. And after going to the doctor, then they prescribe you probably something that you should use to then get rid of the problem that have been causing itching and pain at that spot. So tying this client's individual process or journey into Hannes' sales process was that when we ran content, even if it was ads or organic content, that would get eyeballs to her optimized profile page, was that the people that really don't have a problem or are problem unaware now because they haven't gotten to that pain point yet and becoming symptom aware can get to know her and really see that if a problem occur later on, they know who to go to. The next step for people would be the people that have symptoms, that really feel that there is something that I need to fix. And when we ran people and people came to our profile and following her and getting to interact with her more and more, they then become problem aware, because then they know that the symptoms that they are getting is turning into a problem that she can fix. She can fix it, but they really don't know how to fix it. And that is when they become a solution aware. They DM her and get into a conversation to really get to know how she can help them and provide a solution for their clients that have realized that they need help. Why am I breaking down the sales process? Because the sales process works the same for every single coach, and the individual client's journey is the same for every lead that the people are getting into their profile. But by using the strategies and following the 7-step process that I explained earlier, is going to speed up the process from people being problem unaware to being solution aware or being even problem aware, and speeding up the process to making sure that they know that you can help them and then you make a sale. And apart from implementing all of these different methods and really stepping through the process one by one, the best part about all of this is that we did all of this while she was working full time. We guided her and helped with that boring tasks, and this allowed her to really focus on creating the content, optimizing her profile, taking sales meetings with potential clients, and spending time with her clients. We achieved all of this by following a single process, nothing overly complicated. So if you're still here, that means that you're awesome. But I'm guessing you're really curious about how to do all of this for your own business. Then again, if you don't have a clear path to make your business sustainable, despite putting in hours of work on content, you're not seeing it convert into paying clients, while you've landed a few clients, attracting more consistently feels unpredictable, then DM me Eco in my Instagram profile, and I'll get in touch with you and we can have a conversation and find a solution that really fits your current situation and where you want to go. So DM me Eco